community of the Clovis Chamber of Commerce. On behalf of the Chamber and Industravel, thank you very much and welcome to the webinar today, which is going to be presented on the forthcoming trip, the next trip of the Clovis Chamber of Commerce, which is going to go to Spain. It's titled Discover Splendid Spain, and it's going to depart from the FAT airport, which is closer to you, Fresno Airport, on March the 13th of 2026, which is next year, obviously. So the objective again is to present Splendid Spain so that you, the patrons, the listeners, learn the features, know the facts, and book this fascinating tour at a very, very good price. I can once again vouch that this price that we have signed some time ago is an excellent price. Europe has been extremely busy this year, unprecedented number of tourists in all the countries, Italy, Greece, Spain, France, you name the country, and everybody had a record number. And as is the rule of the supply and demand, the prices have gone up for next year's anywhere between 16, 17 to up to 25, 26%. So given that factor, the price that we have for our forthcoming trip is really very, very good. So what I'm going to present to you today is the facts and knowledge on Spain, the tour highlights, what does our tour include and not include, and then day 1 to 10 brief narration of the Splendid Spain tour, one slide on who we are, though a lot of you may be already knowing us, but some of you maybe are traveling, going with us for the first time. Then a couple of slides on how to book some general information. I'll speak about passport, visa, health, currency, weather information, and at the end, we'll take question and answer. Since this webinar is taking place in the conference hall of the chamber, usually we ask people to type their questions on the side of the screen. But since Greg is sitting right here, you can, even if I cannot listen to your question, you can pass the question to Greg or whoever sitting in front of the computer. Then they will, say the question aloud, and then I will answer the question. Or if this is something that the chamber has to answer, then Greg will answer the question. Some facts about the country of Spain, where we go. It's a parliamentary constitutional monarchy, so it has got a king. Its capital is Madrid, and its population is 47.2 million. 58% of the population is Roman Catholics, and 27% today say they have no religion. The official language of this country is Spanish. Being part of the European Union, the currency of the country is euro. It has a huge area, 195,000 square miles. If I compare it to one of the states within the United States, then it's slightly smaller than the size of Texas. It has got some part of Atlantic Ocean on the north, but it has got a huge coast on the Mediterranean Sea on the south and on the east side. As a matter of fact, it has got a very, very huge coastline. It borders on the left Portugal, which was the last, one of the trips that the Clovis Chamber has gone to. And on its north, there is France, which is bordering Spain. The climate of the country is temperate, clear, hot summers in interior, moderate and cloudy along the coast, cloudy, cold winters in interior, and partly cloudy and cool along the coast. It's a high income core European Union economy, diversified trade portfolio, second largest in tourism, only after in Europe. After France, the number one in the world used to be, I hope it is still, is United States, then France, and then Spain. It had a record 83.5 million tourists in 2023, which has crossed 88 million in 2024, but the figures have yet to come in. So that makes it, a huge number of tourist influx into the country. A country of 47 million people, and it received almost 88 million plus tourists in 2024. It is a $1 trillion economy with a GDP of $1.9 trillion, and its per capita income is $40,200 per capita income. Some interesting facts about the country is that it is world's second highest numbers of UNESCO World Heritage Sites. The number one country with the highest number of UNESCO World Heritage Sites is Italy, and Spain just follows it at number 2 position. Spanish is the second most spoken language after English in the world by native speakers. One of its very popular dance, which is the flamenco show or flamenco dance, which is part of our tour, by the way, is a traditional Spanish art form. It's recognized as UNESCO Intangible Cultural Heritage, by the UNESCO. Also, the country is very popular with siesta, which is the afternoon nap. And it is common, tradition with them to escape the heat of the day. As a matter of fact, I have been a number of times to Spain. I really wonder that this country is one, which is, awake until 2, 3 in the morning, because they start going to the parties around 10, 11 in the night. They go home, they sleep, they wake up in the morning, and then they took an afternoon siesta. And the work goes on, and it's one of the $1 trillion economy. So I don't know how do they achieve it. One of the world's largest wine producers, renowned for its diverse selection of wines, the Rioja, the Tempranillo, and the Cava. Also, like I said in my first slide, it has got a huge coastline of 8,000 kilometers, offering an abundance of beautiful beaches. And the party island, or the party destination of the world, it's an island of Ibiza, which is an island in Spain. It's very, very popular for its vibrant nightlife, attracting the party goers, especially from all over the Europe. A lot of Europeans who are the party goers will actually fly into Ibiza over the weekend and then fly back onto Monday morning or Sunday night, so it's a very popular place. Also, Spain is one of the largest producers of the olive oil in the world, and it is the birthplace of famous artists such as the Picasso and Salvador Dali. It hosts world's biggest tomato fight, which is called La Tomatina. As you can see, the image on the screen over here, where my cursor is moving. It's held annually in a place called Bunol. Also, the country has the world's second highest life expectancy after Japan. And they also have a number of other festivals, of which one very popular one is running with the bulls, which takes place in Pamplona. And you can see the image where my cursor is moving again. Also, Madrid, right in the heart of the Madrid, the world's oldest restaurant exists, which is called Botin. It's operating since 1725. And it is just 2 minutes walk from Plaza de Mayor. So if you happen to be having some free time, I recommend that you should go and try this restaurant, which is more than 300 years old now, called Botin. Also, soccer, which is called football in Europe, is a major part of Spanish culture. They have very, very popular clubs like the Real Madrid and the FC Barcelona, which has got global fame, fan bases. So there are fans all around the globe, who will vouch, who will side with either Real Madrid or with the FC Barcelona. Let's talk about our feature product, which is the Splendid Spain with Clovis Chamber of Commerce. It's an 8-day tour. Sorry, it's a 10-day tour. It's going on March the 13th. My apologies. This is an error on the brochure. It's actually a 10-day tour. We should say a 10-day tour. Going on March 13, 2026 from Fresno. The itinerary that it will cover is from Fresno, of course, via transfer flights, whatever connecting flights we have. It will go to Madrid. From Madrid, we will go to Cordoba, then Seville, then Granada, Valencia, Barcelona, and we will fly out of Barcelona back to Fresno. So when we enter the country, we're going to enter into Madrid. And when we'll fly out, we are going to fly out from Barcelona back to Fresno. The price of this trip is $38.99 per person on double occupancy basis. And if somebody wants to stay on a single occupancy basis, that means, he or she does not want to share the room or does not have a partner to share the room, then this person will pay an additional $999 in order to stay for 8 nights accommodation on single occupancy basis. Some of the highlights of the trip, we are going to see the Royal Palace, the fountains, and the Puerta del Sol in Madrid. You can see some of the pictures over here. This is Puerta del Sol. This is a palace over here that we're going to see. We are going to see the Great Mosque of Cordoba, which is a masterpiece of Islamic art. And again, where my cursor is moving are all the columns within this amazing place called the Great Mosque of Cordoba. We're going to go to the city of Seville, which has got the second largest Catholic church in the world, only after Vatican. And here is the cathedral's picture, which you can see where my cursor is moving. We are going to go and see the beautiful Alhambra Palace and the fortress in Granada. Again, this is one of the picture of where my cursor is moving of the Alhambra Palace. We are going to go to the coastal city of Valencia, which is very popular for its art, science, and paella tradition. And finally, we are going to go into Barcelona, where we're going to be doing the Sagrada Familia and the Gaudi's creations in there. So these are some of the highlights of the tour that we're going to do. The tour includes an international round-trip airfare from Fresno Airport, 8 nights accommodation at listed hotels, daily buffet breakfast, arrival and departure airport transfers, transportation in air-conditioned deluxe motor coach, services of English-speaking tour guide or escort during the tour, sightseeing as itinerary. We're going to have guided tours in the following cities, all the cities we are going. So Madrid, Cordoba, Seville, Granada, Valencia, and Barcelona. So all the 6 cities, we are going to have guided tours. Entrance is included to the following: Mosque in Cordoba, the Cathedral in Seville, and the Alhambra and General Life Gardens in Granada, which is an amazing, amazing place to go and experience. And also we are going to have a flamenco in Madrid with drinks, which is included. All air taxes, fuel surcharges, and local applicable taxes are included, except one tax in Barcelona, which I'm going to present over here. So the one tax, which is Barcelona local city tax, is something that you will need to pay directly to the hotel, and that's only applicable in Barcelona. It is €5 per person or per room per night at the present moment. It may increase by a euro or two by the time you go next year. Also, what does it not include? It items of personal nature, tips and gratuities. Though the flights that we have booked you has got one piece of checked-in luggage, one carry-on, and one cabin baggage. But, I'm just playing safe that luggage fee may apply for check-in luggage. And, by the time you travel insurance is not included. At the present moment, there is no visa required for European Union, but we anticipate that it may be implemented any time that every American citizen will require an electronic travel authority, which may be implemented before you take a trip. But of course, we will keep you posted. If that happens, we'll let you know. And I can also tell you with my experience that UK has already implemented it, that it will be an electronic visa, which will not cost you more than 7, 8, maximum €9. And it will be an affair which you can do within 3 to 5 minutes, online. So it's going to be something very, very easy. But if and when it happens, we will keep you posted. Any other items which are not an inclusion, of course, are not included. Just before I go there, once again, I'd like to further specify what does personal nature means. If you happen to use, the laundry or a minibar within your rooms, then that is your personal nature expense is not covered, and it will be billed to you. every hotel will take your credit card impression upon, at the time of check-in, and they will hold a small amount, not charge you. It's called the hold on your card, and the moment you check out, it'll be released back to your credit card. So these are the personal, nature expenses which are not covered. On day one, which is going to be March 13th, we are going to fly from Fresno to Spain's capital, which is Madrid. There is, of course, no direct flight, but had there been a direct flight, it would have, taken you in 14 hours of a nonstop flight from Fresno to Madrid. But, of course, there are no flights, and we're going to take the following connections. And these are tentatively booked flights. We're already holding seats for you. So we're going to take a United flight on March the 13th from Fresno at 10:50 in the morning, which brings you to Los Angeles at 12:05, 5 past noon, at 4 p.m. in the afternoon, which is 3 hours, under 3 hours, as a matter of fact, 2 hours and 55 minutes. We'll take a flight from Los Angeles to Frankfurt, which is going to be a Lufthansa flight, Lufthansa 457, which will bring you into Frankfurt the next day morning local time, which is going to be March the 14th at 10:55 in Frankfurt. We will have a transfer connection from Frankfurt Airport at 1:30 p.m. on Lufthansa 1114, which will bring you into Madrid at 4:10 p.m. On return, which is going to be on March the 22nd, we are going to take a Lufthansa flight again from Barcelona. Like I told you, that we are going to enter into Madrid and we're going to come out of Barcelona. That flight happens to be 6:50 in the morning. So this is a little inconvenient flight because 6:50 means you will have to perhaps arrive at the airport by 4ish in the morning. That means you'll have to leave the hotel around 3:15, depending on your guide will tell you. But, we are trying to find a better connection. But there used to be a flight from Frankfurt to Denver and Denver to Fresno, which we have used in past. But that flight is not, at least until now, it is not in system. But should we find that flight, then we'll bring you from Barcelona to Frankfurt and bring you from Frankfurt via Denver back to Fresno. But at the present moment, this is the only flight that we're finding a suitable connection. There are two ways to look at it. If you leave early, then you also arrive early. Your final arrival into Fresno is at 5:41 p.m. Should you leave around, after 10 a.m., 11 a.m., then you're looking at back into Fresno, not before 10:30, 11 in the night. So anyhow, what we have currently is this flight, Barcelona-Frankfurt, 6:50 in the morning. You arrive 9 a.m. into Frankfurt. You depart with a beautiful connection at 10:25, arrive at 2:05 p.m. in Los Angeles. At 4:45 p.m. from Los Angeles, remember your immigration and customs will be done in Los Angeles, so you need that time. You will have a next flight which will come depart at 4:45 in the afternoon and brings you back into Fresno at 5:41 p.m. So this is our tentative flight that we are holding. On day 2, we will arrive in Madrid at the Barajas International Airport. You will be received by our representative who will hold a ply card with the name of the chamber, Clovis Chamber Group, and then you will be transferred and you will check in into your hotel for your first night accommodation in Spain. The hotel that we're going to stay in Madrid for 2 nights on day 2 and day 3 is called Hotel Princesa Plaza. And on your screen, you can see an external picture of the hotel. One of the bedroom or one of the hotel rooms over here, this is your little breakfast yes, this is a breakfast area. One of the in-house swimming pool over here. And like I have said in past also, that in European cities, whenever you see anything around inside the major circle over here, that's considered downtown. So this hotel is pretty much a downtown hotel. Anything within this circle is within the downtown. And out of 2,500 reviews on Google, it earned itself a 4-star rating. It's a 4-star hotel, but it has earned itself out of 5-star, a 4-star rating, so it speaks for itself. So downtown hotel, 4-star hotel, a beautiful hotel, as you can see, you're home for 2 nights upon your arrival in Madrid. So you are going to sleep there for on day 2. On day 3 in the morning, you will have breakfast, and we are going to go for our panoramic tour of Madrid. You are going to do a number of, attractions of the beautiful city of Madrid. I will not go into too many details of the tour because this tour is available on the brochure. It is available on the online link, which has been displayed by the chamber, by Clovis Chambers. You can look at it, and therefore, I will not take a lot of your time to tell you all the details, but I can tell you very quickly that we are going to see in this panoramic tour of Madrid the Barrio de la Morera, an Arabic fortress. We are going to go through the Habsburg district, which is Porta del Sol, Plaza Mayor. So here is Plaza Mayor, very famous, plaza, or a huge area, which is in Madrid. The Royal Palace, which is right over here. The beautiful fountains, which appears in my screen over here. The Prado Museum and the 19th century highlights. Of course, we do not have time to enter into the Prado Museum, but we're going to see the Prado Museum, which is a beautiful, beautiful museum. If you have an opportunity and a time, I very highly recommend that you should go and see the Prado Museum. The modern Madrid, which is the Gran Via, the Castellana, Salamanca Plaza, and all the other spaces, is what we're going to be seeing during the panoramic tour. So more pictures of what you're going to see. The Prado Museum from outside, the Plaza de Orient, the Plaza de la Via, the Alcala Gate, and one of the famous fountains over here, which is called the Sibel San Neptuno fountain over here. One more. On the evening of this day, so you will be doing your city tour, which will finish by lunchtime. You will be brought back to your hotel. You'll have some time to rest. And in the evening, you will be picked up again for a flamenco show with drinks at one of the very popular and famous place in Madrid, which is called Tablao La Carmea. And these are some of the pictures of the show over here. You can add a dinner if you like at this place. And if we get enough requests, that we not want to add the dinner over here, then we'll let you know what is the cost of the dinner. So this particular places, sell the ticket with drinks and with dinners, but we have included this for you with the drinks for you. And subject to, the request coming for dinner, your tour coordinator can let you know what is the cost of the dinner. On day 4, we will have our breakfast, and then we will going south from Madrid to Cordoba, and then from Cordoba we'll continue to Seville. So you are go to the through the land of the Don Quixote, the man from the La Mancha. You will be, going through the vineyards. There will be a brief stop in the Porto Lapis before crossing through the natural gorge, which you have on the way. And then you will arrive into the region of Andalusia. Andalusia is the region which was ruled by the Moorish or the Arabs, and it is a region with fascinating past. You will be making a stop in Cordoba, and this is where you're going to see this great mosque, which is now turned into a cathedral, but it's originally a mosque over here. It's an amazing place to go and visit. So we are going to go. We'll have maybe a lunch over there, which is not included in your tour. And then we will again sit in the coach, and we will start going towards, Seville, which is just about 2 hours or less than 2 hours drive from Cordoba. Before we go there, we are also going to go into the Jewish quarters of the Cordoba area, and then we will arrive into Seville. Again, the pictures of Cordoba, the Arabian style street, and the mosque. Upon arrival in Seville, we are going to check into the hotel, which is called Catalonia Santa Justa. It's going to be a home for 2 nights on day 4 and day 5. Again, as you can see, Within the circle, it's a very much downtown hotel. The external picture of the hotel, one of the bedroom, one of the swimming pool, internal swimming pool over there, and the terrace restaurant on the top. Out of 2,400 reviews, it has earned itself a 4.3 star out of 5-star rating, and it is a 4-star hotel, which is going to be a home for 2 nights on the night of day 4 and the night of day 5. On day 5, because by the time you arrive in Seville, it's going to be evening, early evening, late afternoon. So we will let you rest on that day. You are in the downtown, so you can walk out, have your dinner in some of the very, very famous, roadside eateries in Seville, famous Spanish cuisine that you can enjoy. Next day morning, which is going to be on day 5, we are going to go on a panoramic tour of the Seville. And again, we're going to include the cathedral, which is the largest cathedral, like I said, the second largest in the Catholic world, only after St. Peter's in Rome, after the Vatican. You will see the Santa Cruz quarters. You will see Carmen, where the myth of Don Juan developed, the Maria Luisa Park, the Spain Square, and you will have the afternoon free to discover Seville on your own. So again, some of the pictures, the Plaza de España, the Giralda Tower, and the Alcázar Royal Palace, all in Seville. Let me tell you a little bit about Giralda Tower over here. So this was originally, again, a mosque, which was converted into a cathedral later. And this tower, where you can see my cursor is moving, it used to be a minaret where the caller of the prayer of Islam would go on the top and he will give a call for the prayer. And it is so big that instead of having the stairs, there are spirals, where the caller would have gone by a horse, and he would go onto the top, and then he will give the call and will sit back on his horse and come back. You can pretty much go all the way on the top. I have been on the top, and it's quite amazing, and you will see how originally it was an Islamic thing, then they built something on the top, and then again it was demolished, and then they brought the crosses on the top. So it's an amazing history that you will get to see. And if you have time, I very highly recommend that you go and visit this tower. If you have the stamina, you can go all the way up onto the tower. On the evening on this day, you have the choice of doing your first option boat trip, which is going to be on the Guadalquivir River. It's only $45 boat trip. You can go on your own. Remember, there is no transfers included. So you can go anytime at your pace between noon and 6 p.m. Of course, you as a group, if you have 5, 10, 15 people going, then you will all go at one time. You will go to the wharf of the Marqués de Contredo, close to Torre del Oro, to embark on this beautiful cruise. And then you will visit from a unique position and enjoy the privileged views from the river of the Triana district, and the rest of the details you can actually look into the brochure. So this is your first optional tour which is available, and if you want to do, and I recommend that you do this trip. It's really very, very nice to see Seville from the river, the beautiful river, and that's the only navigable river, by the way, in Spain. Other than Douro, which comes only to the border of Spain, and then it's not navigable. So Douro is one river which comes all the way from Atlantic Ocean, or it drains into the Atlantic Ocean, but its major portion is actually in Portugal. It entered into Spain, then it doesn't remain navigable anymore. So this is the only river. On day 6, we are going to leave after breakfast Seville, and we're going to arrive in Granada. Now, Granada is the place where you are going to see the beautiful Alhambra Palace and the beautiful General Life Gardens. Now, Alhambra Palace is again an amazing architecture of the Moorish era, and unfortunately, when the Arabs were either forced out of Spain, or they're converted back into Christianity, because of the rage of the Spaniards, they unfortunately converted this beautiful palace and its main hall into a horse stable. And because of, I don't know, I can't remember how many years, but it was more than 100 years that it was converted to horse stable. So slightly higher than the human height, you will see that everything on the wall has disappeared. But if you look on top of that, I would say about 6 feet and higher, you will see the beautiful, beautiful paintings of that era all on the top of the walls. And we feel very sorry that what a treasure was lost, But it's one of the most amazing palaces that you will see, the Alhambra Palace and the beautiful garden. This was one of the first, running fountains when there was no electricity and no mechanical system. And this fountain is still running without any electricity until today. I can only tell you that this is a breathtaking setting that has inspired many, many authors, including W. Irving in his work, which is called The Tales of Alhambra. So you're going to really love this place when you will go and visit it. And you will spend your one night in. Before we go to one night, you have an optional tour, which is your second optional tour for $50, which is called the Albaycin and the Sacromonte walking tour. $50 per person. 5 p.m. You meet at the Plaza Isabel Católica for the walking tour, and you will discover the corners of Granada with a lot of history. You will travel back in the time in Albaycin, where you will experience his Moorish roots firsthand. And of course, you will also see the gypsies who fought with the Catholic monarchs who were settled there a bit later. The hotel that you're going to stay one night in Granada is called the Los Angeles Hotel. And it's one night again. It's a beautiful hotel. You can see the picture, the external building over here, the swimming pool, one of the bedroom, the gym area, and some more pictures down here. Again, it's going to be one night. You don't have a lot, but it is again a downtown hotel, 3.7 star, 4-star hotel, 2,400 reviews, which gives it's a 3.7 rating out of 5 star. On day 7, after breakfast again, we are going to leave Granada and we're going to travel northeast towards the coastal city of Valencia. So we are going to go, and Valencia, remember, is a Mediterranean coastal city. Valencia is actually famous for 3 things. Number 1, it is birthplace of paella. So paella is the very popular Spanish dish which is made of rice, and then you can have the paella either with the meat, so you can have a chicken with any other meat, or you can also have a very popular seafood paella. So this is the birthplace of paella, and you should not miss eating at least one paella meal, and my recommendation goes for the seafood paella. Also is very popular for its unique blend of historic and futuristic architecture. And here you can see one of the buildings, a futuristic architecture over here. So, and the third thing it is famous for is beautiful beaches. Of course, we do not have time to go to the beaches in Valencia because we're going to stay there only for one night. But this is what it is famous for. So you will be traveling via Murcia, the capital of the fertile region of the Segura River, and then you will arrive into this second largest city of Alicante, which is Valencia. The one night accommodation in Valencia is going to be into an NH Valencia Las Sienas hotel. One night again on day 7. External picture of the hotel, one of the bedroom, the breakfast area, the swimming pool inside, a 3.8 rating from 2,000 Google reviews, and it's a 3-star hotel, but it's right in downtown again. But it's a beautiful hotel. We have inspected this hotel, and it's better than many other 4 stars available in this area. So that's going to be your one night accommodation in there. Some more pictures of the modern architecture and the traditional architecture of Valencia. As you can see, this is the Ciudad de la Art by Ciencias. in Valencia. So some of the beautiful architecture that you will get to see. These are some of the old city buildings, which has got, a different kind of look, as you can see over here. So on day 8, you are gonna, leave Valencia and you're gonna go towards Barcelona, which is your final city on this beautiful tour. Let me move on to the next slide. So these are some of the Barcelona, one of the beautiful, beautiful cities of Europe. It's very famous for this Sagrada over here, this beautiful building on the side. Some more picture of Catalonia on the way. And you're going to go. It is the capital of Spain's Catalonia region. In Barcelona is known for its art, its architecture. You are gonna, discover the fantastic Sagrada Familia, which is this picture over here, and other modernist landmarks designed by Antoni Gaudí, which is very, very popular and world famous architect, along with spectacular shopping and nightlife. And you're gonna spend your day 8 first night in Barcelona in the hotel, which is Catalonia Barcelona 505. This hotel is going to be your accommodation for 2 nights on day 8 and day 9. An external picture of the hotel, again, the swimming pool, which is an outdoor swimming pool, the terrace over here, and as you can see, again, within the circle is pretty much a downtown hotel. 4-star hotel, and out of 1,800 Google reviews, it has earned itself a 4.1 star rating out of 5 stars. That's going to be home for 2 nights. On day 9, you are going to have your panoramic view or the tour of the city of Barcelona. In 1992, the Olympic Games were held in Barcelona. So you will have a lot of, things which are the kind of monument turned into monuments from the Olympic Games of 1992. You're going to drive along the main avenues with the impressive modernist buildings by Gaudi again. And some of the famous buildings by him, or the famous architecture by Gaudi, are the La Pedreria, the Casa Milia, which are both declared, by the way, World Heritage Buildings. They are. It's a modern construction, but they're already World Heritage Building. So the rest of the details, again, you can see the brochure, and you will have the afternoon of day 9 free, as this is going to be your last day before you depart on day 10 back to back home to United States. So the afternoon is pretty much free for whatever you want to do in this beautiful city of Barcelona. On day 10 in the morning, like I said, that your flight at the present moment is 6:50 in the morning departing. So most probably you will be asked to leave by 3:15 or so, or 3:30, depending on, if there is no traffic, it's a 15-20 minutes drive, then maybe 3:30, 3:45. Your guide is the one who will decide. You'll come to Barcelona airport. You will take your flight connection back to Frankfurt to Los Angeles, and Los Angeles back to Fresno airport. And that is your 10-day tour. So our itinerary of Madrid, Cordoba, Seville, Granada, Valencia, and Barcelona, which is going to go by coach. So we're going to spend 2 nights in Madrid, 2 nights in Seville, 1 night in Granada, 1 night in Valencia, and 2 nights in Barcelona. If we did this trip nonstop from Madrid through all these points and arrive into Barcelona, it's 1,000 miles, and it would take nonstop 17 hours of drive time. But we are not going to spend more than 3.5 per day, except the longest of this entire trip is going to be a 5-hour drive between Granada and Madrid. So Granada and Madrid is the longest thing. Other than that, you will be not sitting in the coach more than 3 hours and 45 minutes per day. So it's a very comfortable drive. It's not tiring you. and that is the purpose of showing you the slide. So we start in the capital city, which is right in the middle of the country. We go down south, go to Cordoba, we go to Seville, go to Granada. From Granada, we go to Valencia, and then we end up in Barcelona, which is right up here. We are a group tour company, 25 years old, established back in 2001, privately owned independent business. And most of you who have been on the trips previously with Clovis Chamber, and some of you had requested to be upgraded, and various other requests. Our decisions, our turnaround time is very, very quick. Very knowledgeable team. Everybody in our product, in operations, in air department, in sales department, and group departments where I belong, come with huge amount of background and good experience. Genuine industry recognized consumer protection. It's an A+ rating on BBB, and also one of the Google partners independent review site, which is called reviews.io, gives us a 4.6 average out of 664 reviews. This is about a month or a bit more old. I need to put this, update this, but this gives you an average of 4.6, which is excellent and it speaks for itself. How do you make a booking for yourself? You have an online booking link, which is available on the Chamber's website. And this link over here, as you can see, this is a live link. So if I click over here, it will take me to the live link. So when you click on this, it'll bring you to a to a site which looks like this. The screenshot over here. It says Discover Splendid Spain, Clovis Chamber, book now. And you will see price and dates over here, the complete itinerary day-by-day description over here, all the pictures of the accommodation, all the hotels accommodation, more than what I've shown you will be available here. Some of the reviews of the similar trip and past, and some very, very important information before you book. So if you want to know about the country, if you want to know about the tipping, if you want to know about the electricity, if you want to know about, any other information about weather, all that will be under review. So it's a beautiful place where you can go and see. And when you click on the blue book now button, it will take you to the next page, and it will, through a couple of screens, you will go onto the main page. Also, there's a QR code on the flyer, on the brochure that we have for this trip. If you scan this QR code, this will also take you to the booking website. When you'll arrive after 2 more screens onto the final page of the booking, it will look like this: 3899 on double occupancy basis. If you have added one of the 3 optional tour, which is 50, 45, and 40, if you remember, it will add it over here. I did not add when I took this. And you can either make a full payment, you can make a deposit only payment, which is $500 per person, or there is also an option which is pay monthly, by an external finance company, which is called FlexPay. So remember, if you click this pay monthly, it will leave this website and it will take you to FlexPay's website. It is exactly like you go to Home Depot, and when you want to buy a big, piece of something, which is thousands of dollars, and you do not want to pay on the spot, and you want to pay monthly installment, and you deal with an external company exactly the same way. It'll take you to FlexPay, and it will be between you and your credit score and FlexPay that they will approve you. They will give you whatever they will give you. And if you get approved, then we get paid, and you will pay them monthly $181 per month. So that is something. So what you can do is you can create your own login and password. If you have traveled with Clovis Chamber and with Indus earlier on, that your same login will work and your password will work. If you forgot your password, you can always go to the option of forgot my password, and you can recover your password. You will need to enter your personal details like your name, your date of birth, your passport needs to be uploaded. But it is not a must that at the time of making a booking, your passport copy does not need to be uploaded. You can do it later. But remember that your name has to be accurate, exactly as it appears on your passport, not a letter mistake also, because one letter mistake can cost you anywhere between $200 to $300. So exactly. So if you call yourself Stu, for example, and you know Miss Stewart, you must write Stewart on the booking. If you prefer, which is not preferred by anyone anymore, we can also provide a manual form instead of doing, and you can fill the form and give the form to the chamber, and the chamber will fax it to us. You will pay $500 deposit and hold the space, and your subsequent balance payment will be due by November the 13th, which is 120 days before departure. So we are talking to you today on August the 19th. So you have September, October, November, about 3 months before the final payment will come due. Your dedicated tour coordinator in our head office, her name is Natalia. She has got a toll-free number, which is 866-978-2997, extension 828. And the best way to contact her will be to send her an email, and she's very prompt. As a matter of fact, she's the supervisor of the groups department, and she will be prompt, and she will respond back to you, with your queries, whatever you have. US dollar has lost a little bit of its value. It used to be almost 1-to-1 about a couple of months ago, but now $1 US is equal to about 0.85 euros. If I inverse that, then you need 1.17, $1.17 to buy 1 euro. Remember that the exchange rates fluctuate. Today it is this. By the time you travel, maybe the dollar will be strong again. But generally, it does not move more than 0.85, 87, 0.97. The best I had seen, was 0.98, which was almost 1 is equal to 1. Remember, you're traveling to one of the modern countries, one of the European countries, where credit cards are widely accepted. So you really do not need to carry a lot of cash. And whatever cash that you need, again, you do not need to go into a local exchange company and change the money. When you arrive into Spain, you can go to any of the local ATM machines, and you can withdraw your cash from the local ATM machine. 2 tips that I would like to give you when you withdraw your cash. Number 1 is that, when the local bank in Spain offers you to accept their currency exchange rate, do not accept it. Let your bank back in America decide what is the exchange rate, because you will get a better rate. Number 2, remember that every time you do a transaction, the local bank in Spain will charge you anywhere between 3 to 4 euros for the transaction. And your local bank back in the United States will also charge you $3 to $4. That means you're losing anywhere between $8 to $10 per transaction. So do not do far too many transactions. Be smart, calculate how much you need for the trips, for the petty purchases like the pops, the water, the snacks and things like that, and do your one time, a couple of times, withdraw, withdraw cash from the local ATMs as you require. The temperature in the month of March in Madrid is going to be around 50 degrees, high of 61. The low can go to 39, but you are actually going on March the 13th. So this is not 100% true. It will be in the range of about 50 after March the 15th. And the average temperature is going to be about 55, I would say, between March 15, 17, 18, like that. The day temperature is an average of about 55, like I said. Everywhere in the world except in North America, the voltage is 230, not 110. The plug types that work in Spain are type C and type F, which look like that. What you need is, a simple adapter, because remember, your smartphones, your laptops, your shavers, if you use any of the thing, your book readers, everything is auto voltage these days. So all you need is something that will insert into the wall socket in Spain, in your hotels, and in the other side, you can use your, your local plugs that we use over here. Some of the smart adapters have a direct USB on the top, and you get it anywhere between $8, $9 to up to $20, $25. You buy it one time, and you will be able to use it worldwide. So you are in Europe today, you want to go to Peru tomorrow, you go to South Africa, all that, you can use this one thing. An average food and drinks cost over here, just a quick one. A basic lunchtime menu that includes a drink in the business district costs you about $13. So you're looking at approximately $14.5. A combo meal in fast food restaurant, like a Big Mac meal or similar, almost same price as in the United States. A domestic beer in a supermarket, about $1. A bottle of red table wine of a good quality, about €6. 2 liters of Coca-Cola, about 1.8 US dollars. Dinner for two, let's say in an Italian restaurant in the expat area, is about $45. That includes your wine and your dessert. So you're looking at per person about $22, $25, which is equivalent to how you would find it in California, for example. A cocktail drink in a downtown club, approximately $9 to $10, and a cappuccino in an expat area of the city, about 2.5, which is rather cheaper than what you find. And by the way, the coffee in Spain is very, very good. They make some beautiful coffee. They bring you the black coffee on your table. They pour the coffee and they have the milk or the cream on the side, which is hot milk. You should always go to the hot milk, and they will then pour the milk on top of your coffee, and you're gonna love and then enjoy that coffee. Tipping in Spain is not necessary, but it's at your discretion. 10% at the restaurant, unless if a service charge has already been included. For the housekeeping, you can leave anywhere between €1 to €2 per day. For your bell and porter, €1 to €2 per bag. And your tour guides, you can give anywhere, I would say about €3 to €4 per day per person for the tour guide, per day per person. That's a recommendation, but it's absolutely at your discretion what you want to do. One more tip that I'd like to give you here, that instead of individually tipping to your guide, especially your guide and your drivers, what you can do is, Greg is going to go with you. You can put all the money together when you know that this guy is going to leave us tomorrow. You can put an envelope, and then, in front of everybody, your leader, Greg can go and get on behalf of the entire team. This is something we'd like to give you, so that makes it a much better, way of tipping your people, especially your guide and your driver, instead of individually paying them. Your passport must be valid for 6 months. Visa at the present moment is not required, but like I said in the very beginning, that we are expecting the ETA, the Electronic Travel Authority, to be implemented before you travel. If it doesn't happen, then it doesn't happen. But if it happens, we'll let you know. We recommend that you buy a travel insurance, which is not a must, but we recommend that you buy it. And we also recommend that you buy the travel insurance with the trip interruption clause. So once again, remember that your travel insurance is something which begins the moment you start traveling. So if you have a delayed baggage, a lost baggage, if you need to go to a pharmacy, to a doctor, or God forbid, to a hospital, all that is covered with the travel insurance. What does the trip interruption do is that one day before departure, somebody is not able to travel due to a reason which is covered by your underwriter. For example, somebody's immediate family falls ill, or somebody himself or herself falls ill, or there's some other reason, somebody fractures his arm or leg or whatever. So the valid reason minus your, premium, the rest of the money will be reimbursed back to you. When you will make an online booking with Indus Travel, you will be offered to take the insurance. And our insurance will include the trip interruption. But if you do not make a trip interruption insurance within 2 weeks of making the booking, no insurance company will allow you to make the trip interruption. You can buy travel insurance, but no trip interruption. And there's a valid reason for it, that somebody discovered that he or she cannot travel due to a reason, and that's why this person is buying now a trip interruption. They will not allow you after 2 weeks. So you can decide whether you want to buy it from Indus whilst you're making the booking, or your credit cards cover you, or you want to buy any other private insurance. But we recommend that you have a travel insurance when you travel. There are no major health concerns at the present moment. Greg is very well experienced, so I will not take a lot of time, but we always recommend that you create a WhatsApp group of the entire team. Because remember, here at home, we do not care for the free communication apps, because texting in United States is unlimited. There is no limit on it. But everywhere else in the world, the text has got a limitation. So these are some of the popular, communication apps, and the top one is WhatsApp. Once you create a group, then and you can create, include your driver, your guide. So, it will be an excellent tool where announcements can be made by your driver on the guide. What time we are going to be picked up tomorrow morning, what time you should come for the breakfast. If there is a late, comer who is, delaying everybody, then you can find him out, or her, where is he or she is. You can make calls to each other from the Wi-Fi free. And you also can call video calls back home for free by using the WhatsApp app. So I very highly recommend that once this group is found, that you have and you make a group at the WhatsApp, and you can call it, for example, Clovis Spain trip. At the present moment, with the United and Lufthansa flight, you have one piece of checked-in luggage allowed, one carry-on, and one cabin luggage. If you get yourself upgraded to any premium economy or business class, then the baggage allowance will actually change accordingly. So this was my presentation. I will stop sharing my screen.
Okay, thank you very much, Sahid. Do you have any questions? Yeah, we'll get that. Sahid, on the brochure, it did have an optional tour on day 9. Is that still included? It was the Montserrat afternoon tour, cogwheel train access to the Black Madonna.
It's available. Sorry, did I not present that? You
did not.
I'm sorry, I must have skipped that. Yeah, that is still an option.
Okay, fantastic. Just to reiterate, this is open to everybody, so you do not have to be a Columbus Chamber member. We always recommend traveling with your family and friends and to share this with them. If you sign up, as you sign up, if you have another friend that's going to sign up also, just let me know. We'll make sure you guys are in the same room. If you're planning to do a double occupancy, we can make sure that we put you in the same room. The link is available right now. Yeah. So if you were to go to Columbus Chamber website, go to the Columbus Chamber Travels, the link and the brochure is online, the booking link.
And his recording?
The recording, we are going to email that out to everybody, and then we'll put the recording on the Columbus Chamber Travel website.
Yeah, I will send you the recording link, and I'll also send you the the PDF of all the my slides, so you can also share them with them.
Perfect, Sahid. So the deadline for this trip, the final payment is due in November. This is a closed trip, so we're hoping to get about 20 people from the Columbus Chamber. So we hope that you could spread the word, find some friends to go travel with as we continue to advertise this trip. It's going to be a good one, actually. This is, I'm getting excited just reading all the things on the brochure and listening to Sahid talk about it.
Very educational.
Appreciate any questions from you? Okay. All right, Sahid, thank you very much. We appreciate that. And as always, if anybody has any questions, and this is for our viewing audience out there, you could always reach me, Greg Newman, at greg@clovischamber.com. And we will try to put my information on the back, on the last slide of this recording, and I'll be happy to answer any questions anybody has.
Thank you so much, everybody. Have a great evening. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Sahid. Bye-bye.
Bye now.